Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at another war memorial, which is self-explanatory and covers mainly World War One there, I think. World War Two on the other side. So where am I? It is silly minutes to potty o'clock, and the first morning I've been able to get out filming. Last Sunday in June 2025, and I'm in Hellingly Cemetery. Why am I here? You may well ask. It probably is like looking for a needle in a haystack. And I'm possibly liable to get accosted by a policeman. But I'm looking for a particular grave. Now, this video is part of you could call it a mini-series called What If I Just Turn Off Here? And I'm just going by what I've seen. This may not be what I'm looking for, but no, I don't think I'm going to find it this morning, but this was the location where I guessed it might be. Yes, a little series called What If I Just Turn Off Here? And I've just turned off the A267. And I'm trying not to walk on obvious graves. And looks like a fox has had a meal here last night. No, I don't think I'm going to find what I'm looking for this morning. That's a bit of a disappointment, but never mind. I'll tell you whose grave I was looking for. I was looking for the grave of a gentleman called Peter Grant, who died some years ago. Peter Grant had Horse Lunges Manor. There's the church bells for 5 o'clock in the morning. Peter Grant had Horse Lunges Manor for a while, and he was a very famous man in the music business, manager to Led Zeppelin amongst others, and he's buried in the churchyard here. But I've seen a photograph of where his grave is, and I've tried to find it in relation to what I thought were background graves to his, but I haven't really got time to go wandering too far around this morning. But anyway, he was Led Zeppelin's manager, and as well as other people's, and lived quite a lavish lifestyle in Horse Lunges Manor. But I understand that that rather cost him, and he died somewhat less famously in Eastbourne and buried here. So there you go, onwards and upwards. Hellingly is a very, very spread out parish. It'll take me quite a while to get round it, but here's the village hall, the village school, because right behind me is the village hall. Now, this is a fairly modern building compared to most in Hellingly, but one thing, every August bank holiday, this field, Broad Farm at Hellingly, is absolutely covered in traction engines and old buses and coaches and fire engines and that, because this is where the Eastbourne Historic Vehicle Club run their traditional vintage fair every August bank holiday. They call it their Festival of Transport. It's been going for well over, must be 25 years or more now. And I can remember before that, we used to have what they called Polegate Steam Rally. I drove a 3-ton Bedford van in that rally once for somebody I knew. That was fun. Now, filming this church is not going to be easy, because it's tucked away here amongst the trees and the houses. This is Hellingly Parish Church, and parts of it date back to 1200, genuinely. It is the only example left in the country, as far as I know, of a Saxon church built on a mound. Now, I can't speak Saxon, but I think the word is spelt C-I-R-I-C. I think it's pronounced ciric. And as I say, it's the only one in the country, as far as I know, that's left, that was built on this mound. Do you know, it's almost as busy as a weekday out here this morning. But we will go and take a little walk, as it's quiet-ish, and I don't think I'll be able to get in the church. The dawn chorus there. But let's have a gander up here, shall we? I'm walking up beside a building called the Priest House, so maybe this was the old rectory at one time. Oh, I love these brick paths. I think they're great. This is a lovely building. You can definitely see its age, can't you? Although, obviously some of it is later. But 13th to 14th century original parts. Complete with oleox. Yes, there's an alarm system there, and the door is shut. Instinct tells me don't try and go in, sadly, but if I will come out at this time of the morning, that's what I have to expect. Very well kept churchyard. Look, some lovely trees here. Haven't found a yew tree yet. That's a interesting feature there. I wonder what that is. A little seat there, maybe just a memorial of some kind. Perhaps it's where people have their there's a little raised mound. Oh, perhaps that's where people have their ashes and little cards, memorial cards. That's nice. Nice. And there you see the houses surrounding the church. You begin to see the history here. Ooh, I wonder what happened to that tree. Struck by lightning maybe? Doesn't look like it, but interesting. There looks to be some nice stained glass. Oh look, you want to know what the time is? There we are. I must be mad. What a lovely view. Churches and churchyards, whatever your beliefs, are places of quiet contemplation. They could probably do without me wandering through, rambling away. But I just find it nice, and it must be lovely to live in that row of houses there. Walk along the pathway and in your front door, no cars in front of you. Anyway, very difficult to work out the age of some of these graves. What were the stories of these people? Who were they? What did they do? Some of them are very difficult to see. There's one here, 1825 perhaps. Wow. But anyway, oh look, my hydrangeas aren't out yet, but I do love hollyhocks. I think they're a lovely plant, they be. All very nice. Excuse me, poppies there. And I have to say, full credit to the volunteers who come and tend these grounds. Not so much in the way of stained glass by the looks of it. Whether that's down to the Victorian penchant for removing it and replacing it with clear glass, I don't know, but anyhow, and that, with a final look up the tower, is Hellingly Church. I'm not going to walk up there, but a nice little twist. It's good to see a K6 telephone box, even if it's probably not got a working telephone in it. Yeah, they were part of village life and they deserve their place, whatever their use now. I've got to tell you that the church is dedicated to St Peter and St Paul, and there's the entrance to Horse Lunges Manor. It is a listed building and it's down there and round the corner, but looking very much overgrown now compared to what it did when Grant had it. A little rabbit just gone down there. Right, press on. There was a railway line that run off the Eastbourne to London line at Polegate and up through to Eridge and Tunbridge Wells, are known as the Cuckoo line. Nowadays it's a long distance footpath, cycle path, etc. And there's Hellingly Station. Seems to be unoccupied at the moment. I don't know if there's any work being done. I know a couple of years ago there was some refurbishment, but there's also been talk about knocking it down, but I don't know if it's listed or not. But that was the old station building anyway. But there's a couple of what appear to be quite modern bits there. But at least it hasn't been knocked down. It looks like an effort has been made to do some restoration work. But anyway, there is a story to tell about Hellingly.